Okay, Shalom, Yasharallah, giving all praise and glory to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. His words to be praised for everything. Hallelujah, to his glorious and holy name. And we thank him for another day closer to the kingdom. He allowed us to get it together. All praise, like I said, to his holy name, and all that we say is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior by Shema Mashiach Abishai. That's why I always start with Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashema Mashiach Abishai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashema Mashiach Abishai. So I dealt with being having tolerance, I'll say, and I want to deal with intolerance today. And I want to read the definition of intolerance, or intolerant. It says, unwilling to tolerate others. Well, intolerable, let's read that. Unbearable, too severe, painful, etc. To be endured. Intolerant, it says, unwilling to tolerate others' beliefs, etc. Intolerant of not able or willing to tolerate. Okay, so we're going to look at examples in the Bible toward this, and like I say, all that we say is going to be in the name of the Lord. Say we give thanks to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. He worthy to be praised for everything. Hallelujah, to his glorious and holy name. But his word is true and pure. And he's the reason why we able to go in here and read this Bible with understanding. It's all to the glory of the Most High. So let's look at, let's go back all the way back to the beginning of Cain and Abel. Let's go back to the book of Genesis, the 4th chapter. We're looking at intolerance. So let's start at verse 1. Genesis 4:1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain. So Cain came first and said, I have gotten a man from the Most High. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. See, Abel was a keeper of sheep. Keep this in mind. But Cain was a tiller of the ground like a farmer. In the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Most High. Now, in Abel, he also brought of the firstling of his flock and of the fat thereof. You see? Abel brought the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof, and the Most High had respect unto Abel and to his offering, right? So let's look at Numbers. If we can, go to Numbers 18 and 17 in the law. Numbers 18 and 17. But the firstling of a cow, or the firstling of a sheep, or the firstling of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar, and shalt burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto the Most High. You see? That's very important that you hear what it's saying, that we should burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto the Most High. You see? And that's very important that you see this, because this is the law. This is the law. And it's not given as such that most would even recognize that Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel had the law of the Most High. But once you see, well, those that can see, everybody can't see, but once you see this, you should recognize that Abel brought forth what the Most High told Adam to teach to Eve, to teach to the children. Look at Leviticus 3:16 in the law. And it's not in Genesis, but I'm here to show you that what the Most High said, he had respect to Abel's offering, why he had respect to Abel's offering without even going through bringing forth all these laws that we have that were brought upon us after we lost them in Egypt, being in captivity, under the Egyptians, being around them, learning their ways and so forth. In Leviticus 3:16. And the priests shall burn them upon the altar. Well, let's look at this. Let's go back a little bit. Let's read verse 14. Let's start at verse 14. And he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto the Most High, right? It's a sacrifice. The fat that covereth the inwards, the fat that covereth the inwards, the fat that covers the inwards. I'm saying that fat because you got to remember that. And all the fat that is upon the inwards, right? And the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them. And the two kidneys and the fat that is upon them, right? Which is by the flanks. And the gall above the liver with the kidneys, it shall he take away, right? And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is the Most High's. See? So now, going back to what? Cain offers something for fruit for the ground. So Genesis 4:4 says, and Abel, he also brought of the first thing of his flock. That's why I went over it in the law when he taught us again, and we just heard. And Abel, he also brought of the first thing of his flock and of the fat thereof. Remember, the fat is the Most High's. He said it enough in those previous scriptures I just read to you, why I emphasized that, because you see, Abel is bringing the fat thereof, which is the Most High's. And the Most High had respect unto Abel and to his offering, right? But unto Cain and to his offering, he had no respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Now let's look at, if I can, I believe it's Hebrews 9:22. I'm not mistaken. Hebrews 9:22. It says, and almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission. So he's got to do this sacrifice, and the blood got to be shed. He got to take the fat off of the organs and so forth, because that's the part that the Most High says a sweet savor to him. He burned it to the Most High, as we just heard. So the Most High had respect to Abel's offering, but to Cain's, he had no respect. And Cain was very wroth. He got an attitude, and his countenance fell. And the Most High said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? Why you got attitude, man? And why is that countenance fallen? If thou do it well, if you follow the law of sacrifice, that's how he would have done well. All he had to do was ask his brother for a lamb that he could sacrifice. No. He bringing it to the Most High and said, this is what you got to accept. Nope. The Most High ain't got to accept nothing but what he said we have to do, period. That's why he said, if thou do it well, shall thou not be accepted? If you bring me a blood sacrifice with the fat like your brother Abel have done, won't you be accepted? And if thou doest not well, you want to deal with this how you want to deal with it. That's our people too. They want to do this truth however they want to do it. They want to do whatever they want to do. And the Most High gonna kill them. Or he say he gonna melt them. It's a fearful thing to fall to the hands of living power. But he's telling us what he's saying. You gotta hear what he's saying. If thou do it well, shall thou not be accepted? If you keep the laws of the Most High, won't you be accepted by the Most High, his rules and regulations? And if thou do it not well, you don't want to do what he say do, sin lieth at the door. If you don't do what he say do, you sinning. You're a sinner. When you say, all the sinners of my people are going to die by the sword. Amos 9 and 10, it ain't going nowhere. And unto thee shall be his desire. He's going to desire you, dude, because you going to be his. Satan wants you. Satan only want to accept everybody as you are. Come as you are. And that's the way people are. They've been programmed in this world to think that they could just do whatever they want to do, and it's okay. It's temporary, y'all. Satan offer you everything you want. He don't want to say, come as you are. I remember I was in Pasadena controversy on Colorado Boulevard, and this dude came up with 666 tattooed on his forehead. And it was a whole lot of Israelites listening. And he said, don't listen to them. They teaching hate. Listen to me. Satan loves everybody. And they all turned around and went toward him. But they could have been paid, agents to come out there to be against us. But all I know is they look like us. And they turned around and went to this dude. He had 666 on his forehead. And they said they represent Satan out there. So it is what it is. Our people, they love to run the evil, man. They not really right. You got to be grounded in this. You can't let nobody take you off your course of your name being written in the book of life and tell you that. That's what this is all about, and the Most High being all in all. No more, no less. Or make it mean something different. Because that's what this is about. He going to be all in all. Because he not all in all now. Most people don't even talk about him. Speak his name, they don't talk about him. Listen to how much you hear about him. Or you should be able to open up this Bible and go into the Most High, 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 the Most High. You hear what you said. This is him talking to him. From the beginning. He told us, hey, don't eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. We did. That's why we're in the condition we in. He said, don't disallow yourself in not following my laws, statutes, commandments. We did. You do, I'm going to put you in captivity under your enemies. Now, he didn't give us to our friends. He said, I'm going to give you to your enemies. Just like you see here. If thou do it well, Cain, you do what I say do, shall thou not be accepted? This is how we be accepted, doing what the Most High tell us to do. And if thou do it not well, you don't want to do well, sin lieth at the door. That's why even through people that are sinners, that's why, you look at how you allow the sinners to infiltrate your mind and your spirit and soul. You dealing with them, it sounds good. Satan make it sound like it's really good, but it's temporary. That's why when myself say, what will a man give up for his soul? How much are you worth? You prostitute your own self for this temporary lifestyle that we dealing with here, and then you're going to be thrown in hell where the worms never die and the fires never quench, and you're going to be beat. Like I told you, it's a good movie. It's called Dark Angel the Ascent. It's a good movie to look at. Esau know about what to expect. Believe that. It's an old movie, but it's called Dark Angel the Ascent. You can get it online. Just Google it up and look at that. Verse 7 says, if thou do it well, thou shalt be accepted. And if we do well, we're going to be accepted. How you do well? By following the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. And if thou do it not well, sin lieth at the door. When you don't want to do this, you don't want to represent being an Israelite, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire. And thou shalt rule over him. You see. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. It came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his own brother, and slew him and killed him. Killed him. See that? Killed his brother. And the Most High said unto Cain, where's Abel, thy brother? He done killed him. And he said, I know not. I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Do you understand? When you really look at the spirit that's in Cain to say this to the Most High. He said, I don't know where he's at. He done killed him. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, remember he was a farmer. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Most High, my punishment is greater than I can bear. But he didn't think about killing his brother, did he? All he had to do was ask his brother for a lamb. This is a high level pride demon in him. Like it's in a lot of people. But we're going to see what the end result going to be. Whether they're going to prevail or the Most High going to prevail with his chosen people that give their life up for this truth. That's what he said. You're going to know who the chosen are. Because everything is a action and a reaction. That's why it's important for y'all to realize that this is nothing to play with. Just the highest calling you can be called into. But it's still a revolving door. People come and people go. And the thing about it, I see people, they leave and they go somewhere else. They try and think they're still in the truth, but they're not really in the truth. Your calling is your calling. And when you go, you got to go backwards, you know? But you're going to deal with somebody that's going to have you not believe in what it is you've been taught. That's going backwards. That's why you say, oh, backsliding. You backslide. That's why he can't say, this is too much I can't bear this. You take away my occupation. It's greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that fighteth me shall slay me. And the Most High said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Most High set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. What do you think that mark was? Leprosy. Everybody was brown. He put, hey, turn him just like his palm of your hand, just like the bottom of your feet. And Cain went out from the presence of the Most High and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. He went to the mountains. Nod is the mountains. Now let's look at Numbers. Go to the book of Numbers. Look at our brother Joshua. Numbers 11 and verse 24. Now let's go up from there. I want to go up from there. Numbers 11. Let's start at verse 17. It's pretty deep. It said, and Moses said, I will come down. He told Moses to gather the elders. He said, I will come down and talk with thee there. And I will take of the spirit which is upon thee, the spirit that was upon Moses, and will put it upon them. That's the 70 elders that he told him to gather together. He's going to take the spirit that's on Moses and put it in the 70 elders. And they shall bear the burden of the people with thee, that thou bear it not by thyself alone. See, Moses was dealing with, You know how we are as a people. He was dealing with us. So Moses said, I'll give you 70 elders and put your spirit in them. So Moses didn't have to deal with us as the Israelites alone. And say thou unto the people, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and you shall eat flesh. For you have wept in the ears of the Most High. Tell y'all, this is what works with the Most High. That's humility to the utmost. We cried to the Most High, and he said, you have wept. What you think wept mean? We cried to the Most High. And all you prideful suckers, you ain't gonna do this because you'll do it whenever the Most High jack your butt and you're going through some changes, but you ain't gonna do it without that happening. But the Most High said, you have wept in the ears of the Most High, saying, who shall give us flesh to eat? Hungry Israelites. But it was well with us in Egypt. We had it going on in Egypt. That's why you're going to say, if we had it going on in America, we was living lives in America. We had it going on in Egypt, this spiritual Egypt right here. Who should give us flesh to eat? But it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore the Most High will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. Check it out. Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it come out of at your nostrils. He said, I'm going to give you so much food, so much meat to eat, till it start coming out of your nostrils. And it be loathsome unto you, because that ye have despised the Most High, which is among you. Hear that? He said, I'm going to give you so much meat to eat, it's going to be coming out of your nostrils, because you have despised the Most High power, which is among you. You hear that? And see, it's sad because we knew that the Most High was among us. But people will take a man and allow him to take the place of the Most High, who they got a problem with. That's why Moses had to get 70, because they was dealing with him so harsh, and like a lot of times he thought we was gonna kill him. Crying to the Most High, hey man, come on. You gave me these crazy people, man. You know how we are. And hungry too. Moses said, because ye have despised the Most High, which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, why came we forth out of Egypt? Why you bring us out of Egypt? Why you bring us out of captivity? We was in captivity in Egypt. But we still saying, why you bring us out of Egypt? Man, that's lost. That's really, really lost. That's why most I call us the lost 12 tribes of Israel. The lost sheep of the 12 tribes of Israel. Why came we forth out of Egypt? And Moses said, the people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen. And thou hast said, I will give them flesh, that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flocks and the herds be slain for them? To suffice them, to satisfy them? Suffice me to satisfy. To satisfy them? Shall we kill all the flocks and the herds to satisfy them? Some of you gonna feed us for a month? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them, to suffice them, to satisfy them? He concerned. Hey, a whole month? You look at the flocks like, man, we gotta slaughter them. He looking at, hey man, we gotta go out there and fish to get enough fish to last for a whole month. And the Most High said unto Moses, is the Most High's hand waxed short? He says, my hand waxed short. Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. He trying to figure out what the Most High gonna do. Remember, don't forget. Just in case you didn't know, you gonna know now. Go to Isaiah 55. Hold that. Go to Isaiah 55. See, and that's a lot of the problem that we have now is people don't know the Most High. They don't know the Most High. Listen, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Isaiah 55 and 8, he said, but my thoughts are not your thoughts. You hear that? This is what the Most High said. He said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. In other words, you can't think like him. But people want to try and make the Most High fit in their perspective of how things should be. Or perspective of how the so-called white man in his world say it's supposed to be. And don't even realize. That's why I say some of y'all Gentiles, even though you call yourself Israelites, because your mind is a Gentile. But my thoughts are not your thoughts, he said. Neither are your ways my ways, said the Most High. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than yours, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Straight up. Don't be trying to figure out the Most High. That's what he's saying. Going back to Numbers 11. Verse 23 again. And the Most High said unto Moses, that he just said, hey, I got to kill all these flocks. I got to go out there and fish, get enough fish to last for a month. And the Most High said unto Moses, is the Most High's hand waxed short? Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass unto thee or not. That's why we can go by the word of the Most High. And you can pray and say, Most High, you said this in your word. This has been happening. Our ancestors did this. And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Most High and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people and set them round about the tabernacle. And the Most High came down in a cloud and spake unto him and took of the spirit that was upon him, upon Moses, the spirit that was upon Moses, and gave it unto the 70 elders. Just like Elijah told Elisha, if you be with me when I be taken up, because Elisha asked for a double portion of Elijah. He said, you'll have it. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, when the spirit of Moses rested upon the 70, they prophesied and did not cease. They just prophesied, prophesying, did not cease. But there remained 2 other men in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the spirit rested upon them. And they were of them that were written, but went not out unto the tabernacle. And they prophesied in the camp. And there ran a young man and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad do prophesy in the camp. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Moses, one of his young men, answered and said, my master Moses. That's master, not Lord. Forbid them. Stop them. And Moses said unto him, enviest thou for my sake? With the Most High that all the Most High's people were prophets, and that the Most High would put his spirit upon them. Hear what he said? I'll read it again. And Moses said unto him, that's Israel, you know what? Stop them. They prophesied, stop them. Don't let them do it. Just like when we read earlier how the apostles found one that was casting out devils. Bahashamah, said the name of the Lord and Savior, and they forbade them, stopped them. Just like Joshua was saying here. Forbid them. The Mashiach said, they not against us, they for our part. So are you saying that because we not with your camp, or you're not with your church, or we not with your congregation, we ain't rolling the truth? That's a lie. Y'all better get off of that. Mashiach said, if they ain't against us, they for our part. Better keep that in mind. Then he said, you mess with one of them little ones, you might as well tie a big noose around you and a great millstone, and cast it into the sea. See, I ain't thinking about that. Judgment is something else, man. Like he just said, his ways and thoughts, not our ways and thoughts, but he gives us enough to be able to go by to say, hey, you don't want to step in the path of the Most High the wrong way. And Moses said unto him, enviest thou for my sake? With the Most High that all the Most High's people were prophets. So I wish all the Most High's people were prophets, and that the Most High would put his spirit upon them. And Moses got him into the camp, he and the elders of Israel. And there went forth a wind from the Most High. He went shh, blowing that wind through. And what happened? And brought quails from the sea. and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. So he's filling the earth with quails. That's why I stopped eating chicken and start eating quails. Yeah. Let me show y'all quail. See? It's like 4 in a pack. You can write that down and you can order them, or if you don't have them. I think Kroger's have them. Someone was saying that Walmart have them. I'll get them at Superior Market. It's Guilotas. Supremus. The bigger quail, it says. 4 quails. See? You put them back. They good frozen, it says, all till 11th month, beginning of the 12th month this year. So, you see what he said? Numbers 11 and 31. And there went forth a wind from the Most High and brought quails from the sea and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. And the people stood up all that day, and all that night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quails. He that gathered least gathered 10 homers, and they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. When we say we'll give enough to last a whole month, that's a lot of quails. That's a whole lot of quails. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, they eat the quail ere it was chewed. That's why you listen to this. You better watch how you deal in thinking that you operate in the spirit of the Most High. Well, listen to what he said. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, before they could even chew, the wrath of the Most High was kindled against the people. And the Most High smote the people with a very great plague. You hear that? He said, hey, see, a lot of y'all think, okay, you point a finger at, they was pointing a finger at Moses, but they really was pointing a finger at the Most High. Hey, that's why he said, hey, you know, brought us out here to die up in this wilderness. We could have stayed in Egypt in captivity. That's how lost we are, man. It's the Most High here. And you see, what we were saying, the Most High was among us. Like he among us now. Verse 33, and while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Most High was kindled against the people. We the Israelites. All 12 tribes in the wilderness. And the Most High smote, he killed the people with a very great plague. And he called the name of that place Gibraltar. Hatatava, because they were buried. The people there, they buried the people that lusted. They buried the people that lusted. The people journeyed from Kibroth Hattava unto Hazeroth, and abode at Hazeroth. So here you see how the Most High said, I'm going to give you the best land in the world. I'm going to give you the land that I love. You just got to roll with me until you get there. That's why he killed everybody that came out of Egyptian captivity with Joshua and Caleb as adults. And he allowed us to roam around the wilderness for 40 years and killed every last adult. You heard Moses just say he had 600,000 men. Killed them all but two. He killed 599,998. You know, women, he let our children go into the promised land that we had those 40 years. Don't play with the Most High. Let's look at Ezekiel 14. Verse 2 said, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, these men have set up their idols in their heart, set up their idols in their mind, and put the stumbling block of their iniquity before their face. Should I be inquired or at all by them? Should I listen to them at all? That's why I say you got to look at this, because Moses said, I'm giving you my commandments. I'm giving you my laws. You keep my laws, I'm going to bless you. You don't keep my laws, I'm going to put you in all the curses and the plagues beyond your imagination. So you could choose life, which is blessing, or you choose death, which is the curses. Therefore speak unto them, and say unto them, thus said the Most High Power, every man of the house of Israel that setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to the prophet, I the Most High will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols. You hear that? Because a lot of people, they deal with idolatry. And the first idol they deal with is themselves. Like, y'all got to be exalted. Why we don't deal with birthdays. Birthday is all about that day of you exalting yourself, making the Most High jealous. Then you wonder why these things happen after the fact that you're doing it, because ain't nobody saying, like, y'all just had Christmas. Y'all say that that's Jesus' birthday. Your Jesus' birthday. But y'all ain't singing no happy birthday, Jesus. Happy birthday to Jesus. I ain't never went to no, see, when growing up, no time. Y'all heard it? Happy birthday to Jesus. Happy birthday to Jesus. Happy birthday. Oh, I can't even sing the song. But ain't nobody singing it. Y'all singing that song on Christmas. Huh? Or are y'all looking, bow down to that tree to go down there and worship? Is that what y'all just did? Because that's what you did. You bowed down to that tree to put that present under it, and you bow down to that tree to take that present from under it. You bowing down to that idol. And that's why he said, we that know this truth, ain't no compromising this. That's why a lot of y'all compromise. He said, you that know, and you do what's wrong according to those that don't know, you're going to be with more stripes. He going to get your butt. That's why he said, hey, you better understand what he's saying. Listen what he said. That's your own idol. You look, that's an example of your own idol. And you look in the mirror, you all that, you got to be all that. You know, hey, Most High neighbors jealous. See, y'all don't think, that's why I say people don't know the Most High. They don't think about the Most High. That's why he going to be all in all. When he bring that judgment, ain't going, and you hear what he just said, they was complaining about, we ain't got no meat. Should have stayed in Egypt. So he killed them. All them talking that stuff, all y'all got your minds thinking that this ain't right, this truth ain't real, you wait and see. By some of my shot, we're going to see it, the Most High going to let you slide. Like he let them slide just now? Did he let them slide? They talking stuff about, we should have stayed in Egypt. He done delivered us out of captivity. When the widows complaining over and over again. Moses think we about to kill him. Crying to the Most High. Then we weeping, crying to the Most High. He heard our cry, but see what he did? He put them to death. Look. Verse 4 again, therefore speak unto them, and say unto them, thus say the Most High power of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. When you learn how to say that, I think you're going to eliminate a lot of confusion. Because are you of the 12 tribes of Israel? Even a brother that was over the, he was high ranking with the Moors. He was saying that he was getting monies for the 12 tribes of Israel. He was online, had conference calls and everything. He was like, hey, if you ain't know the 12 tribes of Israel, you ain't getting nothing. Straight up. They even knew it. So here we are. He said, hey, therefore speak unto them, and say unto them, thus say the Most High power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, every man of the house of Israel that set up his idols in his heart. That ain't nothing standard that you could see. But you set up your idols in your mind, the way you think. Oh, you all that, huh? You got to be exalted to be somebody in this hell that we in. Set up his idols in his heart, in his mind, and put it the stumbling block of his iniquity, of his wickedness before his face, and cometh to the prophet. I, the Most High, will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols. When you think you know, and you come, like he said, you come before the prophets and or the Most High, who he reveals his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, and you come before him with your idolatrous mind, said that I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, in their own mind, their own thinking, because they are all estranged from me. They are all disassociate themselves with the Most High through their idols, whether it's yourself, starting with you. Wanting to be somebody. Gotta be lifted up. Somebody gotta, and that's easy. That's easy prey. A woman, like we went over last night, batting her eyes, winking at her brother, or seducing him. A man seducing a woman, lifting you up. That's how Satan comes. But there's a price to pay. Because now you done lifted yourself up because you need that exaltation that takes away from the Most High. He ain't in that. You ain't saying, all praise the Most High that somebody exalted me. No, ain't nobody saying that. It's that exaltation that you getting. That's your idol. Yourself. That I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, in their own way they think, because they are all estranged from me through their idols. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus say the Most High power, repent, and turn yourselves from your idols, starting with yourself. And anything else that takes the place of the Most High, which mostly is whatever it is that's your worlds. It's your worlds. The Most High ain't in your worlds when it's all about your worlds. You ain't got no conversation about the Most High. It's your worlds. You your own idol. You got to hear this. Most High say his name is jealous. He said, I will melt you. He say, you don't fear me? But see, y'all still got this Christian type mindset thinking that the Most High is all love. You ain't all love. If you got an attitude at all during this lesson, any lesson I bring forth, you ain't all love. Love means you supposed to accept it all. Ha 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 ha. Most I said, what if you take cheerfully? That's a spirit that you got to learn how to operate in. No, because y'all offended. But it ain't me that you hate, it's the Most High. This is what he say. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus say the Most High power, repent and turn yourselves from your idols and turn away your faces from all your abominations, filthy wicked acts that you're doing. For every one of the house of Israel or of the stranger that sojourneth in Israel will separate himself from me and set up his idols in his heart. See, that's idol in your mind. That's the way you think, y'all. Because it starts with a thought, speech, and then action. Or a thought and an action. So you got it in your mind. You got the wrong type of thinking in your mind. That's why Ecclesiastes 3:24 says what? For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, worthless thinking. And an evil suspicion overthrown their judgment. Evil comes in and make you make the wrong judgment. And it could be fatal sometime. What you going to do when the Most High come for you? And you don't fear him. He said he's going to mock and laugh at you. When your calamity comes, when you start losing everything and bringing death amongst you. Man, he the one that kill and make alive. He the one that wound. He the one that heal. People been wounded and don't even realize it. He trying to get your attention. And you turning your face away from him. Oh, it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of living power. But every one of the house of Israel or the stranger that sojourned in Israel would separate himself from me and set up his idols in his heart and put it the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face and cometh to a prophet to inquire of him concerning me, I, the Most High, will answer him by myself. Well, what do you feel about this? Hey, well, sometimes you got to say, hey, pray to the Most High. Ask the Most High. Go to the Most High on that. He said, I'm going to answer him myself. He's not going to need a prophet to answer for him. He said, I'm going to answer you myself. And I will set my face against that man and will make him a sign and a proverb, a sign and a disgrace. And I will cut him off from the midst of my people. What do you think that means? That's from the Most High. He said, I will cut him off from the midst of my people, and ye shall know that I am the Most High. You hear that? He said he's going to cut you off from the midst of the people. So why he say, he the one that kill, he the one that make alive. He the one that wound, he the one that heal. He said, I'm going to cut him off from the midst of my people, and ye shall know that I am the Most High. See, people ain't knowing that he the Most High. And if the prophet be deceived when he has spoken a thing, I, the Most High, have deceived that prophet. Why you wonder why they can't come out of this type of mindset? Most High said, if the prophet deceived, he said, I, the Most High, have deceived that prophet and will stretch out my hand upon him and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. So he's going to destroy this prophet from the midst of his people Israel. Thus say the Most High. He going to know that the Most High is among him. He's dealing with him. And they shall bear their punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophets shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto me, unto him. Like you say, that's twofold, you know. It's like, that's why you got to be on point. You got to learn it, live it, and apply it in your life. When this book is closed, now you got to apply it in your life. And no matter what anybody says, you cannot deviate from your path and go into the kingdom. That your name can be written in the book of life. Because some people will have you want to follow whatever it is that they want to deal with, and you follow it, and next thing you know, you jacked up. That's what he's telling you. But you done came with the wrong information, wrong doctrine, and told them wrong. That's why the Most says he gonna get them. Just like he gonna get those people, he gonna get them too, the prophets too. Ain't nobody being excused at all. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. Punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. Hear that? He gonna get them and he gonna get that prophet. 2, that the house of Israel may go no more astray from me, neither be polluting any more with all their transgressions, all their sins, trying to justify themselves in sin. No. but that they may be my people, and I may be their power, said the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see? The word of the Most High came unto me saying, Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously. What's trespassing? Sinning. Breaking the Most High's laws. Breaking the Most High's rules and regulations. And who live in the land? The people. The 12 tribes of Israel. Because we the ones that he gave the laws to. And we're the ones he calling to come back to him and learning the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, applying them in our life, and we held accountable. That's why I say you're going to be beat with more stripes than those that don't know. That's why you better hear the word of the Most High. Don't play with them. Look, Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then when I stretch out my hand upon it, and will break the staff of the bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, food shortages, and will cut off man and beast from it. Though these three men, what three men, Most High? Noah, Daniel, and Job were in it. They should deliver but their own souls by their righteousness, said the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. He said, though these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they should deliver but their own souls. Hear that? If Noah, Daniel, and Job was part of this famine and the lack of bread, food shortage that he's going to bring upon, he said, if Noah, Daniel, and Job were in it, they should deliver but their own souls. Noah, Daniel, and Job. But by their righteousness, said the Most High power. Now we got to define righteousness. Because a lot of y'all say righteousness is whatever you think in your own vain opinion too. What's righteousness? Go back to Deuteronomy 6:25. They're going to deliver their own soul by their righteousness. How we going to deliver our own souls by our righteousness. That's what the Most High told us in Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness. This is defining righteousness. If we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High, our power, as he have commanded us. See? So, this is what we're looking at. The reason why only Noah, Daniel, and Job could be delivered amongst them is because of their righteousness, said the Most High. So they kept the laws of the Most High. They kept the commandments of the Most High. See, when this go down, all you that fall away, you're going to be part of the destruction.